it's Betsy from Cuttin Corners Vinyl in Nederland, Texas, and today we have a fun video. So we're gonna do another crafting for Disney episode. As y'all know, I am obsessed with Disney. I'm obsessed with Pixar. I'm obsessed with all things that have to do with the mouse. Well, on Friday, which is when this video will go up, June the 18th, Disney Plus is releasing a new Pixar movie called Luca. Now, I've seen the previews all over the place. It's on YouTube. I've watched it on Disney Plus, and I am super excited for this. This story looks so cute. So it's about two little sea monsters set in 1950s Italy. The characters are so cute. The colors are amazing. So it's like, let's make something to go along with it because, you know, I love all things Disney. So that is what we're going to do today. So what you're gonna need for today's tutorial is your shirt. I am using an aqua blue Tooltex shirt. Your vinyl, which I am using Specialty Materials Thermoflex Plus. I'm using the Frosty Clear and the Lemon Yellow. Now, before I change the camera angle, I did want to remind you that the weekly WOW sale for this week is 19% off your entire purchase. Caden's birthday was on June the 13th and he turned 19, so we decided to do that for our sale. So, no code needed. That sale does end on June 20th, 2021 at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. But if you'll give me a moment to change the camera angle, we will go over how to make this. So as you can see, we're in Cricut Design Space. So the first thing we're gonna go do is go to the image category. Now, when we click on this, just pulls up some stuff. Now, I decided to use the phrase Silenzio Bruno. Now, if you're not familiar with the preview, there's a reason why I chose this phrase, because it is something that Alberto is teaching to Luca. Luca is the little main sea monster and Alberto is his best friend. And part of what he's saying is be quiet, Bruno. And if you're wondering who Bruno is supposed to be that voice inside your head that says, no, you can't do it. You'll never make it. So Bruno's that bad thing in the back of your mind. I'm going to show you. There aren't any Luca files yet on Cricut Design Space, but that's okay. We can come up with our own. So I'm going to go and look for a wave while I'm still kind of talking about this. But I thought that that message was really good. It's something great to teach kids. I mean, it's great to tell anybody, or at least in my opinion, you know, because it's one of those things to teach you not to doubt yourself, I guess is the best way to put it. So I am a Cricut Access member. So as you can see, some things are free, some things are I'm subscribed to, so I get them for free, and then there are some files that I would need to pay for, but those I'm not super duper worried about. I think this is, let's choose this one. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and insert that image. It may take a moment. And I did download a few fonts off of 1001 Free Fonts. So I downloaded Pacifico, Underwater Love, and Summer Splash. And I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to text and we're going to type out our phrase. So it's Silenzio because this is Italian. There we go. Just in case you're wondering why. I'm sure you're like, oh, that doesn't make much sense. Why'd you choose? Yeah, because that's Italian. Because it's set in Italy, Italian. I do love that Disney and Pixar both do that. They change their locations and things like that. So it definitely makes things, you know, it keeps things interesting. So we're going to try Pacifico. No, I think it's Summer Splash that I wanted. Okay, let's see. Okay, so there's Pacifico. Okay, let's do Summer Splash. Okay, so there's Summer Splash. let's see about Underwater Love. So I was saying, I chose, like, I was looking at different ones because I wanted something that looked watery, but not too much, if that makes sense. And okay, so I don't like that one either. Okay, let's play with this. Okay, so let's go to all fonts, or we can go look at Cricut. We got to close out of that. Okay, so let's look at all fonts and kind of see something that we are wanting. So, I mean, as you can see, there's a ton of different fonts. And this is kind of what I do with the design process. Like, I will go through and look and be like, okay, I like you, I don't like you, I like you, you know. What is only kerned fonts? So it displays only fonts with the optimal spacing. Yeah, no, we're going to uncheck that because I don't care about the spacing. I can play with the spacing on my own. Okay, so as you can see, that gave me a whole lot more options. Okay. So now let's kind of scroll through and see what we like. And it technically doesn't have to be like watery. It just, I don't know. I will know when I see it. But I mean, and I get asked, y'all ask me this kind of stuff all the time, is like, how do I do my design process? Well, you're looking at it. A lot of times it is, okay, thinking about what I'm wanting to make. So knowing what Luca is and what goes involved in it. It's like, okay, I like this idea. I like the way that the movie looks, those types of things. So we'll stick with that. And then, okay, let's find a saying that I want to use from the movie, if that's what I'm looking at recreating. So I do that. And then once that's kind of figured, like, I discover what colors I want to use. And the reason why I chose the lemon yellow is because if you look at Luca when he's in his monster form, he's got yellow eyes, and I love that yellow color. So it's like, you know, what about you? Let's download you. I kind of like you. See, I kind of like how bold it is. Okay, so I have to download this first. And then let's select it. Okay, we like that. I actually really like that. Okay, let's change the size of this to 10.5 inches. Okay. Now, okay, what I want to do is this. I want to change the width of this down to 10.5 inches. Okay. Now I'm going to take and select everything all together, and I'm going to align centers. Okay. Now, one thing I do think I want to do is I want to play with the spacing up and down on my font. See what I'm saying? You see how I'm bringing this closer together, and you're going to see why. You're probably like, what are you doing? You shall see. I want it pretty close. Okay, I think that's good. Now I'm going to go back and select everything again, and we're going to go align and center everything. There we go. Okay, so I like that. So we're going to look at my wave. I'm going to unlock the wave because I want to make him bigger. Let's make you 2.25. Okay, perfect. Because I want the wave to be seen, and you'll see what I mean. Okay, so now again, we're going to go to align, center. There we go. So I like you. Okay. Now what I want to do is I'm going to take and select everything, and I'm going to slice it. Okay? Cute, huh? Okay. Now, the black layer, we can delete that. And you can either leave it like this. You see how that makes it where you can kind of see the wave? Or we can go undo that and select both pieces of our wave and re-weld that together. Oop. Okay, let's undo that. Sometimes, you know, it doesn't want to do. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take and copy my wave, paste, okay. Now I'm going to make it where one of the waves is unseeable, okay. Now I'm going to select everything again, and we're going to go ahead and align centers just to make sure everything is where I want it to be. And we're going to slice. There we go. So I'm going to get rid of all the sliced pieces. And then I'm going to make my other wave visible. Okay. Align centers. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this text behind here yellow, and I'm going to do the wave in clear because that'll kind of give it a different kind of color story, which I think will be super cute. And I think it's something different and something that you're not used to seeing. And then now I'm going to take and add a little bit more text, and we're going to say, when in doubt, shout it out. Because again, that is something that Alberto says. And I think it's cute. Okay. So we've got that all typed out. Okay, now I want to change the size of this. For one, we're going to make this much smaller. Okay, now I want to change the text on that one. And on this, I do want something, I think I want a little smaller, more cursive-y. Not girly per se, but softer, I guess is the best way for me to put it. Or at least what I'm thinking of softer. Let's try Pacifico. I think that if... It might help if I spell it correctly, y'all. Okay, so I do like you. Okay, now let's change you back down to 10 inches. See how it kind of goes with the wave? And that's kind of the point. So let's change the color of the text to the blue. Okay, because what we're going to do, first thing is I'm going to weld this together. And I'm going to go ahead and select everything. And we're going to align centers horizontally. There we go. So, this text is going to be cut in the clear just like, okay, I think I'm going to make you smaller. Let's make you 9 inches. I think I like the idea of that. There we go. Okay, now let's select and align centers horizontally. There we go. I like that. What do you think? I think that this is going to be cute. And, you know, this isn't something for sure you can say is Luca or not. So the fonts that I used were Pacifico, and So I use Pacifico and I don't remember the name of the other one, but if you see me talking about it, like I say it in the video. Okay, so I like how that looks. Let's go back, and I think I did already make sure that this was centered, but we're gonna do it again because it's been a long day. So I'm going to select both of the blue pieces, and we're gonna go ahead and weld those together. There we go. And like if you're wondering what, see, the cuts are still there. So it makes it very easy to line up. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and click on Make It. So as you can see, I can't cut without a mat without using Cricut Smart Materials. That's annoying. That is very annoying because I'm not a big fan of the Cricut Smart Materials. I think it's too thick, like, I don't know. So we're gonna choose on the mat. Okay, so we are cutting this in HTV, so we do need to make sure to mirror everything out. And let's see, did I spell everything correctly? When in doubt, D-O-U, you know what, hold on. Okay, let's undo my weld. I'm gonna have to go back further. Okay. Okay, is that welded still? Yes. Okay, so I gotta go back to where it wasn't welded. There we go. Okay, so what I need to do is take and capitalize the word in. And there we go. Okay, so now we're going to change you down to 9 inches. At least now I remember. And that's part of it. As you can see that even with me, I do this all the time. I don't always remember to do everything the way that I'm supposed to. So let's go ahead and select it all. Align centers horizontally. There we go. Now I do want to take this text and I want to bring it up closer. Not that close. That close is good. Okay, now I'm going to change the color of that to be the blue. Now I'm going to select the wave and the text and weld that together. And now we're going to click on Make It again. So again, it's annoying that I have to use their material only to cut off the mat. So there we go. We're going to mirror both of it and click Continue. Because other machines, and the reason why I say that is other machines like professional grade machines and even like the Silhouette and stuff like that, you can literally cut. Oh, I gotta turn my machine back on. That might help. We had power problems yesterday because of a bad storm. So give it a moment. But yeah, it's to be able to cut off the mat, it's been around for a long, long time. So it's kind of annoying that that's the only, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the only thing you can choose because other brands have been able to do it. So give me a moment to cut this out and then I will show you how to apply it. So first thing we need to do is weed our vinyl. So one of the things I always do when I'm going to use the Frosty Clear is before I put it on my mat or before I go to cut it, I will take my Easy Weed and wooden pick and lift a corner to make sure I'm cutting on the right side because it is very difficult to tell the difference between the sides just in case you're wondering. So we're gonna weed that first. I mean, it weeds just like your regular HTV, so you don't have to worry about that portion. It's just knowing what side to cut on. That's a little bit different because I mean, as you can see, it's clear. Like, I love this to add different types of textures to things because I mean, that's part of what makes this fun. Or at least fun to me, is being like, oh, well, I can do this, I can do this. But yeah. So, that's where we are on it. So let's get these little centers weeded. Now the other part, the other text will be easier than this. This one's only difficult because it's clear. Because you gotta make sure you're hitting the right spots. I'm so excited for this. I cannot wait for Friday. You know, I'm trying to get ahead of schedule and film early, so that's part of it. And see, one of the things you do need to double check is make sure that every little piece, like on these inner parts and stuff, you get out, because it's hard to tell, because it's not like when you're doing regular HTV. I mean, this is part of the Thermoflex line, but yeah. I don't know why more people don't play with stuff like this. Like, I don't know, if you're gonna work with HTV, at least in my mind, and I'm just sitting here talking, it's kind of like, why stick with basic? Because if you're gonna do just basic, there's so many other ways to do basic stuff, especially if you're doing bulk things. Okay, I think we're good on the clear. So I'm just kind of checking everything to make sure it's off. So we're gonna set that to the side, and now we're gonna weed our lemon yellow layer. But yeah, you know, if I can do basic, then I'm gonna choose another way to do basic. You know, if that makes sense, because, you know, vinyl is time consuming, but I love the full creative process of it all. So that's what makes me happy about it. But you can see, I mean, as you can tell, they're both easy to weed. The hard part with clear is because it's clear. I mean, let's face it. So let's set this stuff out of the way. Put my pick away. Okay, so one thing I did forget to iron my shirt before. A lot of times, like if I'm going to press a shirt, I will heat it beforehand. So I'm gonna show you all that part today. And the heat press is, because this is just regular Thermoflex Plus, is set on 330 degrees. So pretty standard across the board. There we go. You don't have to do your full time when you're iron, just using it to iron it out. So now I'm gonna grab my t-shirt guide. Now I have a 16 by 20 inch press, so I use the 16-inch t-shirt guide. And I've seen a lot of people copy our t-shirt guides, but I think we were the first with the simplified t-shirt guide. But you know, it is what it is. I get people sending me messages who want me to review theirs, and I'm like, but you stole my design. You know? It's okay though. Look, see what I mean about the yellow on that blue? Isn't that pretty? And it's kind of one of the designs, like this is the reason why I love stuff like this, is because you won't get it unless you get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you've seen Luca, you're gonna be like, what does that even mean? Unless you watch the previews. Well, I guess that's true too. But you know what I mean. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so she is all stuck. Now, I always recommend whenever you're working with multiple colors like that, if you can remove it quickly, remove it quickly. Because the cooler it is, it will stretch, it will change shape, it will change size. So you don't want it to do that to you. Okay, so now I'm just taking my clear layer and matching everything up. Pretty easy to do, because with this cutout up on the text portion up top, as I said, it's pretty easy to do. So now I'm going to cover up. Did I lose the center of an O? I want to make sure. That's there. No, I forgot to weed something. See, and that's what I'm saying. On the clear stuff, it's harder to see. There we go. Did I do that wrong? No, I didn't do that wrong. Have to double check and think about it. Like, see, now the vinyl's gone. Like, okay, let's try that again. Okay, now we're just matching up our pattern. There we go. Again, this is pretty easy to do, even if it's clear. There we go. Now I'm going to cover. Oh, did I forget? I did forget the O on shelf too. I was just in the mood not to do my O's today, I guess. So I'm not sure where it cut off. My camera ran out of battery. So I've already stuck this. Let's remove the layer over the top. Let's cover again and heat for 15 seconds. But yeah, I mean, I love how this came out. I think this is super duper cute. Now, while this is heating, let me remind you again, the weekly WOW sale this week is 19% off your entire purchase for Caden's birthday. No code needed. That sale ends on June 20th of 2021. But look how cute this is. I love it. And hopefully you do too. And see what I'm saying? Like, I love that the text underneath cut off on me again, but look how cute this looks. So you see what I mean about it being kind of that tone on tone. It's hard to tell what's there, but like if you got this shirt wet, you'd easily be able to see what that text is as well, which also kind of makes it neat because it's a movie that's based on water. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below. And if you hit the notification bell icon next to it, that will notify you when I post new videos, which is every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And Tuesdays at 5 p.m. is a live. But I guess that's it. So we'll see y'all later. Bye.